It's season 2. It's season 2, baby. It's season 2. Okay, we're here. We've made it. We've made it to January. We've made it to episode 13, or episode 1 of season 2. And we're going crazy, going stupid. What's new? We're on YouTube now. Okay, it's a little bittersweet of a start because Paloma is unfortunately not on this episode. She's not going to be in a couple episodes, She's a busy bee, and it's hard to nail her down, When you're a queen, you're out here running these streets, doing the deeds, it's hard to catch you, and I get it. We all get it. So she's not going to be on as many episodes, but she's still part of the team. Love her. She's not on this one. Paloma is not a main host anymore. Here's what happened. When you're a busy queen, when you're just a busy bee, and you've just got all your ducks in a row, it's hard to make time for a podcast. So sometimes queens have to do their own thing. I do not have any of that, so I will continue to be doing this podcast, and it's going to be great. What else? What's new? I want to update you guys. Well, it's a new year. I'm trying to do new stuff for this podcast. I want to eventually do video on YouTube. What else? We're going to have merch soon. We're not currently making any money with track 2. We want to change that this year. And we don't know how, but we're going to make money off this because you can make money off your hobbies, guys. And we're going to prove to do that this year. But anyway, enough about all of that. We are here to talk about the one, the only Hattie Styles, baby. We have Tip. She's going to be our guest. I've been wanting to have Tip on the show for months. She's been such a great support system. She really loves the show, so I'm so happy to have her. And she's a crazy, she's not crazy, but she's a good, she knows a lot about Harry because she was a One Direction stan. As was I. Was I a Harry stan? No. I myself was a Zayn girl, and there's literally nothing in the world that will change that. Harry was probably my number 2, but then maybe 3. But then when he started coming out with the music, I was like, hold on, because I hear it. So there's something in that water that I want to taste. You know what I'm saying? Harry gives me a little bit of flavor, a little bit of flavor, a mist to the mayonnaise. So it's good to have and taste. I'm a Harry stan second, but I still, would go to war for that guy. I know him. I really do. And I do love his music. And this album is amazing. So we're going to dive right in. And I'm going to call Tip now. So let me do that. We're on air right now. So.
Oh my God.
So hey, girl.
What's up, y'all? Let me hear you make some noise.
No, literally, can the audience make some noise for me?
Can we get a little
hey!
slow clap though?
The one clap.
Yes.
Okay, yeah. So yes, we have Miss Tip here. Finally, it took too many damn episodes for you to get on this show. What a more fitting episode to have you on. Hello. Okay, not even to be dramatic, because I don't even. Well, I was gonna say I don't really know that many One Direction stans in real life. You know what I mean? I only know them from being a fan online. I became a fan late, so I don't know that many. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And to have met you, you're a folder. I could just ask you anything and you would know. It's so sick.
I mean, yeah, I did sell my soul to Psycho at the young age of 12. It's true. Me, like so many others, we were brainwashed. There was no reason for us to stand by up all night. But I did, and I saw it through.
And
Thank you.
I respect you so much for it. Literally. It's insane.
When I think about it, all the critics that were saying One Direction's music, like, they're just brainwashing girls. Like, of course, Me at 11. I was like, no, they're not. No, they're not. They make good music. They make good music. You're mad. But then, like, I listen now to what I was eating back then, and
you're like, hold on.
They were trying to save us. They were like, you guys, there's nothing here. Like, One Direction was not dancing.
They weren't doing.
They were not. Their stages, like,
not a lot going on.
But I saw that seed and I watched it harvest.
Exactly. Like,
and it was a good time.
We had to, like, do a little stepping stone. You know what I mean? Without that, where would we now? And
like, because like they were also like 16. Like, what were they gonna write about? You know, they were fresh off the X Factor. None of them were supposed to make it in the first place.
Like girl,
except Zayn.
Oh, well, he was gonna make it anyway. That was just on Harry, but like,
yeah.
But yes, like, without that, they would, not even to be dramatic, but they would probably be nowhere. Like, some of them are nowhere with it, so it's kind of crazy. But anyway, we're not here to talk about that. We're here to talk about Harry Styles. Are we gonna get into it?
The master pen behind Made in the AM.
Let's talk about that for a second. Well, okay, wait. How should we do it? Should we talk about, like, our overall thoughts first, and then go track by track?
I mean, sure, yeah, I think we can do that.
Okay.
I mean, I have, like, a little synopsis.
Sure, let me just gather my notes up. Okay, you go first.
Well, for the album overall, I did like how it kind of just told a story. Mm-hmm. Like, when you look track by track, it is just about, like, him being infatuated with someone or, like, several people, and then you go to, like, songs that are, oh my god, like, I lost myself in this person. Mm-hmm. Now, like, who am I? And then you go to him coping with, like, after those relationships pass. Right. And he does it in such a relating way where it's like, when you, like, go on that road of, like, self-discovery, discovering who you are with someone else, and then discovering who you are after someone else, it's just, like, the way he sonically embodies these, like, relatable moments is insane. Like, when I was listening to each track as, like, a whole, like, you could definitely find, like, what was his inspiration, and then the lyrics, it's just, like, it's not, like, an exact, like, spelling out of, like, oh, this is what happened, but, like, you can tell through the emotion that he puts and, like, the words that he does choose, the exact feeling that he is trying to, like, encapsulate. So, oh my God, I think that's a great album.
Girl, not to be dramatic, but I just realized I was, like, nodding and smiling, but, like, nobody can see me agreeing with you. So I had to be like, yes.
Yeah, right. Like, no, I see it.
I couldn't have said it better. Like, I really think that he does, like, exactly what you said, a good way of being so transparent with the feeling. Like, this is the most vulnerable thing I've ever, like, sometimes I'm playing the songs and I'm like, girl, should I be playing this? Like,
yeah, it kind of gives me, like, a bit of a thank you next type.
Yes, very that.
Where it's like, this is very personal and he just decided to share it.
Right, and I'm like, when I first heard it, I was like, whoa. Like, I literally had to take a second to replay because I was like, this is literally, well, first of all, okay, you know, like, the total flip from being, like, One Direction stan where you're like, oh my god, this song's about me.
Right, right.
Like, now.
Like, who is this song about? Because we weren't even on the same page. Like, why is Genius knowing before I know?
Right. Now I'm playing the song and I'm like, yes, this song is not about me at all, baby. But I love it. It's so good. Like, I think it's also really well set up tracklist wise. Like, it's very like, it's like fun party, cry, fun party, cry, fun. Like, it's giving you balance.
Like, when you think about how it goes, like, the flow from Watermelon Sugar to Adore You to then Lights Up, which is kind of like, I wouldn't say it's slower, but it's definitely a darker tempo. And then you go to Cherry and Falling.
It's a roller coaster. Like, it's literally a roller coaster.
He did that. He really did. And
I wouldn't even expect this kind of roller coaster because if we have to take it there, like, I liked Self-Titled, but it wasn't even close to this, like, emotional.
There's a range here.
Right. Like,
that we weren't seeing before.
We weren't seeing it. Like, you can tell he definitely grew up. He woke up and was like, girl, we have to make hits. Like, he was already making hits, but it's not even just about making hits. It's about making hits that, like, hit.
Yeah, like, not even like, to be like, like, HS1 was like one specific mood,
right?
And then like
right,
variants of like very similar songs,
exactly.
Like, not to be that, it's like obviously not the same song. You know, I love me some HS1, but then you get to Miss Sophomore. Okay,
right.
We're grown, we're different.
She grew up.
A year, you know what I mean?
Yeah, and
like,
even just simply the lyrics are so much more mature. Like, you can tell he takes his time, and like he actually, like, I can see the metaphors now. I mean, not even to be dramatic, but like you can really see the growth. And you know what else though? Okay, like when the singles came out, were you like kind of scared it was gonna be full pop moment, or did you know it was gonna go like folk time, like cowgirl, little bit of English cowgirl,
a little bit of that, just a little.
You know,
I mean, I was definitely like, a part of me always knew that like when anybody these days putting out a single is always going to put out the poppy one first, because it's going to be the one that gets the plays, that gets on the radio, that gets the promo. So like I was hesitant because he did Watermelon Sugar, Adore You, and Lights Up.
Right.
And I was just like, okay, like
where we
there's 3 singles, and I
3 out of 3.
Seeing, you know, like they're very different, but also like they all are pop influenced. So I was just like, usually, you know, you show a little hint, like a little bit of shoulder, you know, just a hint of what we're going to be getting on the album. But at that point, it was just like, oh, like, you know, Pop Buzz, BuzzFeed, they were all eating it up. They're like, oh my God, yes, Kiss 95.1 was like playing her. They were playing her. I'm like, guys.
iHeartRadio was like, this is my jam. This is me.
Literally.
Yeah.
And I'm like, guys, this is not for you.
Take it down a notch. No,
because where were you during HS1?
That's what no, but you know what? I think HS1 taught us some lessons in that sense, where it's like, we could hear the pop songs, but at the end of the day, we know we're going to go home to a little banjo. Like, we know...
A little banjo?
We know that was coming, you know?
Sign of the times. It was definitely... It was his, like, Can't Be Tamed moment.
Yes, very Can't Be Tamed.
Like, it was...
coming out
like
this
his,
is me,
I'm
man.
Not One Direction.
Yeah. But
and
that made me like it. Yeah.
Yeah. You know what I mean? He was like... We went from Made in the AM, which was definitely something that was kind of similar to the sound that we're hearing now.
Exactly. The transfer was a little poppy. Smooth. Yeah. Smoother.
A little bit softer and stuff.
A little bit of trumpet. But... For the girls that love a trumpet.
Yeah. Oh my God. First of all, that's in the notes. I was like, a trumpet moment. A trumpet moment.
It's in the notes.
Okay. It's in the notes.
Okay, let's go. Let's go track by track now. Okay, so we'll go you, me again. Just that order for the whole thing.
Okay, so first track is Golden. My notes, I've immediately like noticed the drums that were going on in the background. That was layered with like the intro vocals that just... I was just like, okay, let's gather together. Like,
it's a strong start.
The fire, like, we're together. Like, I didn't necessarily like. Golden was a grower for me, because at first I was like, okay, like this is good, but it was kind of repetitive, you know, where it's just like, we got a little taste, a chorus, a little taste, a chorus, and then it was like, okay, let's do that for 3 minutes now, and then I was like. Okay, I mean, like, the flow, it's like a song that you like the instrumentals, you like the sound, but you're not necessarily hearing the lyrics to.
Okay, yeah.
Because it's like, they're repeating them so often. They're just like,
not fun
just anymore. Smile and nod, y'all.
Yeah.
Like,
you
know.
If, to me, the girls are going to get mad, but I wouldn't even give her the beat. Okay.
I definitely feel like you have to have a particular taste to enjoy Golden.
It's acquired. Because, okay, the first thing I noticed was that, like, weird drum, and I was like, whoa, we're starting weird. We're taking it weird. Like, you know, we're going full, like, I don't even know how to describe this sound. So I was like, okay, but then, like, halfway through, that sound, that I don't know if it's a drum, but it sounds like kind of like a hot tub jet a little bit. Where it's like,
not a hot tub jet.
It's literally like, and I'm like trying to cover the jet.
The live studio jet, please, to make some noise.
Literally, it's just like and I'm like, whoa, it's really distracting to me. But people love the lyrics, and it's cute. It's a cute little selfie caption, like, oh, Golden, yes, okay. But I mean, some people really do resonate with these lyrics. I'm just like not one of them.
No, that's what I said. Like, I was like, it's not, there's not a lot of lyrics, but there's a lot of substance to the song. So I feel like people like the meaning of the song. So it's like, okay, we can ignore that it's the same lyrics for 3 minutes. Like, honestly, Golden could have been an interlude, and that would have been fine.
And, you know,
like, if she was just a little bit short and sweet.
I mean, that's probably why you put it as an intro. When you're an intro, you're not always going to be the strongest girl. And, I mean, that's kind of what
maybe that should change, because,
It should, but it probably won't. And that's okay. Yeah. Like, I didn't expect much from her. And she just did what she had to do. But, I mean, girl, this chorus, you're so golden. Like, come on, girl.
You're so golden.
All right.
You know what I mean? Like, that's when you're like, all right, let me start swaying, like, put my hands in the air and flow, whatever. Like, let's just vibe for real, girl. Like, you know what I mean?
Just nod my head a little bit. It's cute. It's cute. Like, 7 plays in, you start to, like, Stockholm Syndrome like it, you know? So, it's fine, you know? It's fine.
It's one of those songs that gets caught in your head, and you start singing it, and you're like, but we're not even close like that.
Right. I started liking it as a joke at one point, and then I actually like it, and I'm like, oh, okay.
I mean, like, a grower is a grower. The G in Golden stands for growing. Like,
exactly. Okay, now we go to My Girl, Miss Watermelon Sugar. You can go off. Go ahead.
Watermelon Sugar, I mean, I think it's a bop. Like, okay, it's definitely a summer type of song where you're like, watermelon sugar, hot. You're just like, you know, you're just having a good time. Like, maybe if you had a watermelon sugar high, if you were a watermelon sugar addict, you would know.
Exactly.
But you don't.
If you know, it's just enjoyed summer fruits, you would understand.
Literally, like, the trumpets, the taste, and then, like, his ad-libs in the background, like, the song's just, like, a medley of good things.
It's literally so good.
Like, maybe if you guys had someone where you were just like, I want you around, okay, you know what I mean? A little bit of that watermelon sugar.
Let's party, baby. Like,
you know what I mean? It's definitely, she's a twirler. Like, if I heard this song, I would start twirling.
I like it.
They'd be, I like it. I do. You know, she's exactly what a single is. Exactly. What a single should be.
Exactly. And that's exactly what I would say. She's a perfect single. She's a perfect second single. Because, you know, she's not doing anything crazy. It's not like you're about to put it on no top 10 list of like the best of the year or anything, but she's a fun little party song that you want a little jive and little handshake.
Yeah. I think that it was definitely an important song to have after Lights Up because it lifted the energy back. Like, you got a hint of like, okay, yes, we're going to have the Lights Up aspect of the album, but we're also going to have a little bit of a fun, like, watermelon sugar, and that's important that he was like, let me show you all the duality that's going to be going on here.
Exactly. Like, it brought a little bit more of that happiness, more of that, like, childish vibe, because, like, Harry is a little bit childish, so you want a little bit of that in there.
Yeah.
I liked it.
Something fun.
It's fun. I'm reading this Genius thing, and, like, it's a whole, like, 5-paragraph essay on how his ex-girlfriend's favorite book was Watermelon Sugar. What the hell?
Oh, yeah.
I don't care.
Yeah.
This song is not about her to me. This song is about me.
The song is about me. This is about Directioners. Directioner, stand up. Directioner, stand up. Like, come on.
This song is about having fun in the summertime. And, you know, it's the dead of winter right now, but I don't even care. I'm about to start dancing.
And, you know, this is definitely a song that you hear and you're like, oh, this is going to be an experience live. Exactly. Like, even if you don't necessarily like the song, you are excited to hear it live.
That guitar, so good. Really, the production on this is good. Even for, like, a simple pop song, it's good.
Yeah. It's really good. It's definitely a radio song, too.
Right. All right.
Like, if I heard this on the radio, I'm turning it up.
I would be like, if I wasn't a stan and I heard this on the radio, I'd be like, wait, who's this by? But I wouldn't be like, oh my god, who's this by? But I would be like, Shazamming it, you know, without telling you.
Right. Like, turn it up.
Yeah, like, turn it up just a little bit. Let me just find out what this is about for a second. But, yeah. Okay, now we go on to Miss Adore You. Quite a girl.
What a girl. Literally, the first thing that I wrote is the perfect single, because she is.
So good.
It's like, walk through fire for you. Just let me adore you. Like, period.
Literally, let me walk through the fire right now.
Literally, this is like, we're getting a little bit more deep, but in a subtle way, because he's definitely talking about, like, this is just the unrequited love, but, like, also infatuation anthem that we got going on here, where it's like, he's not necessarily talking about two people. He's just talking about himself and his feelings. And he's like, I just want to go all in for you. Like, that's it.
Like,
that's
let
all
me
it
go off
is.
the deep end. And that's literally it. No,
and it's just, it's so authentic to hear, like, someone sing about a very specific feeling.
Right.
That, like, we all can feel, but, like, knowing that it's, like, coming from his personal experience is just something that's just so authentic, where you're just like, oh, yeah, I love it.
I think also, like, this is, you can't even just say, like, oh, yeah, this is just, like, a love song. This is a little bit of an obsession song.
Yeah, like...
And, like, we love that.
Like, this is literally a crush anthem.
And
like,
I love the little, would you believe it? Like, he's asking you, like, girl, do you see how crazy I'm acting?
Right,
I'm acting out a little bit.
Maybe that's a hint of him being like, you know... I'm crazy for you, but you don't know. But I am.
But I am.
Like, no Joe from you, but we going.
But let me put my cap on real quick. Okay, right. Can we also talk about Miss Brown Skin over Rice? Because that's just a little
Okay,
bit.
But I literally... Yes, that is the fourth dot.
Hello?
Brown skin, period.
Some of us have brown skin, and he said yes. Some of you guys have brown skin.
I'm not a pick-me or nothing, but I think that it was definitely necessary that he made it explicit brown skin.
Brown, baby.
You know what I mean? Like, you've seen on Twitter where it's like, brown skin, oh, he means... No.
No, he don't.
He means brown
that,
skin.
Actually. Yeah.
He's not talking about a tan.
He would have said tan skin, Jessica.
Right, he would have. But you know what he said?
Brown.
Baby. Like, brown skin girl. That is what he was talking about.
Stop. That, like...
And we're going to take note.
Have you heard brown skin girl was like, girl, let me write that down.
Right, he was like, hold on, clicks pen. Brown skin.
Like, Miss Beyonce, you know what? You're right. Hold on. Brown skin.
Exactly. Like... I think it's just important.
The cultural importance of the brown skin line being in the same line as the rice line, because guess what? Black girls love rice.
We love rice. Like, so, rice lovers stand up.
Rice lovers, you know what I'm saying? Ethnic girls, let's hear it. You know what I'm saying?
I don't really want to, like, dive into the importance of, like, brown representation in music. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But, like, you know, just to make it a little more casual and just be like, brown skin. You know what I mean?
Right.
That's important. That's important.
You know what? Yes, because the girls are saying, like, oh, he didn't really do that much. All he said was brown. They're trying to minimize it. Just doing that little bit, like, that makes it, like you said, casual. It makes it like, yes, white guys can sing about black girls sometimes. Damn. Like, just put it in the song. Like,
it's like, anyone, literally, like, anyone. And now it's just like, it doesn't have to be, like, obviously... It is important for black bodies to lift up other black bodies.
Right.
But the end game is, like, essentially, we all need to, like, lift up black women.
Right.
And black people, black men, everyone. Like, black people, period. Brown people, period. Like, we all need to be, like, lifted up and put on this pedestal where, like, we can be admired. Right. You know what I mean?
Like,
and it's like, for him to just slyly slick in, like, brown skin... Everybody who is brown, which is a very big spectrum,
right? It's not even
like,
just black people.
I can be adored. Period.
Period. Exactly. And you know, we love our "Don't Touch My Hairs" and we love our brown skin girls, and that's just period. But sometimes we just want to talk about brown skin and lemon up our eyes, like just
right. And that's it. Like sometimes you just want to be like brown skin. Okay, got a dip. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Like let me get back to the song. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know what, though? Let's talk about the music video for a quick second. She was a little bit all over the place, but I do I love a concept video, you know?
Yeah.
I like it when you try to, you know, get creative. Take us to the fisherman's cave, you know? Take us there. Take us to, you know, PetSmart. You know, let's do it. Let's just go.
I definitely think it was a creative way to, like, do a music video without including a girl.
Mm-hmm.
Or, like, just a love interest that was, like, human.
Right.
You know what I mean? So they couldn't, you know, because it just would have been a whole other thing of, like, Harry Styles' new love interest and adore you, da da da. And it's like, that's not, it's just taking away from the song.
Sometimes you just love your pets, you know?
Yeah, sometimes you just love your pets, period.
Like, there's different ways to adore different things, and that was just sickening. What I did see was, like, I read into things, right? And I saw this little theory about how, because apparently, okay, for those who don't know, Adore He music video set on an island that he made up called Eroda. Eroda is a door backwards. I didn't know that for like 3 months. And I was like, okay. Like, when I found out, it really didn't do much. I was just kind of like, oh, that's kind of sickening. But I just got over it. But then I saw like everybody talking about how like Eroda is a little bit of an Alice in Wonderland moment where you like kind of go to this island and everybody hates you, but you like turn it around. And I was like, that's really crazy how literary Twitter and Harry Styles Twitter is joining forces to, really take, dissect
Yeah,
this.
take the message to like the next level.
And I just love that. That's just a lot.
And I wouldn't put it behind him either to be influenced by that sort of concept.
Me neither. We know the kid reads. He definitely picked up a book.
Talking about, I felt like if I didn't read my books, my girlfriend would think I'm stupid.
Like, okay. But
okay, illiterate king.
That's great that somebody is reading, because guess what? When you read, you get product like that. And I love to, take it in and what is
beautiful
it?
gowns.
Beautiful gowns. I won't be reading the book, but I love that you read it and, you got some art out of it. Like, that's kind of sickening. So, go off, Queen. Go off. All right, now let's get into Miss Lights Up.
Lights Up!
Lights up, hanging on.
I mean, I said that really enthusiastically, but I'm really not a fan. Like,
oh my god.
I don't think it should have been a lead single.
Oh,
I just don't. I feel like it was a song that a white man would make if he went to a black church and then went back to his white church and
that's okay.
Like, I mean, it's very good vocally. It's very good vocally. But it's, again, really repetitive.
Oh my god.
It has a nice groove. It has a really good chorus.
So what I'm hearing is you don't know who you are, is what I'm hearing at the end of the day.
I know who this song is.
Oh my god, you cut off. She's meditating. This is so funny.
That's where we are.
No, because you really cut off. You really cut off, like you totally muted when you were starting to give your point. Like, hello? I'm peeing. Like, this is really what happens when you don't like Lights Up people.
I mean, at least that's a clean cut for editing.
Yeah. No, but I'll probably keep in just me laughing at you, like, not being here because you hate it. Okay, but go on. I'm gonna let you finish because we're about to.
No, I mean, like, I'm not. Okay, so maybe I did say it was a bad song. Maybe that was a little bit much, but it's definitely just like. All right. Anyways, it definitely just wasn't. Like, yeah. I don't know. I just think I'm not a fan of the rock slow tempo that's going on. I feel like the song is doing a bit much because it's like gospel rock but slow.
Okay.
Like the choir, and it just really, you know what I mean? It's like...
She's just doing a little too much for you.
Yeah.
She's just a little all over the place. Personally, as a, like, I don't know if the girls know this, but I love Haim. I love Hosier. I love, the crazy girls that play guitar and love a good crazy moment. So when I heard this song, I was like, yep, this is me. I live here. I live in this light. I live right here. And the music video also, very delicious. I think it's a great song. That little, what is it? I guess that is a little bit of a church piano. A little bit of a church piano, the choir. It is definitely all over the place. But I think that's just like my flavor, and I just really like that, you know?
I feel like I wouldn't even put it in like a low ranking. I would put it in just like a medium tier.
Okay. Yeah. That's just like just your taste. That's just not something that you like. I love it. It's really it's
like, yeah, that's just you.
That's you, just though. You. That's on a different spectrum. That's just you and what you like. You know, anyway, I love this
what
song.
I'm feeling today.
Because that chorus, girl, it is a little bit churchy. But that chorus was like, shine, step into the light, shine. Like,
I said the chorus was good. I gave him his things, like...
but the message, too, like, girl, if you don't turn on the light on yourself, who's going to turn it on? Nobody. And you're going to be living in the dark your whole life. And I'm like, dang, you're kind of right, though. Like,
right, like, he said something. I feel like it's just the sound of the song that isn't my particular taste, but everything about it is right.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Sometimes you just don't like the flavor. Like, personally, that was me with Sweet Creature. When that came out, everybody was eating it right up, and I was like, this is just not where I live, personally. So, this is where I live. Because, like I said, I love me some white people playing guitar and just doing just a little bit.
You liked Mumford & Sons, didn't you?
You know what? I did. No, I liked... Who did I like?
Oh, my God.
I like the Lumineers.
I knew it.
And that's okay, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, sometimes
we
just
all
like the
had
Lumineers.
a Lumineer phase, like a little ho, hey, like we had a little bit of it. We did. Hey, like
exactly. I wouldn't say this is a Lumineer song, but it's definitely riding that line a little bit, where it's like just a little bit alternative. But I think that was good to put as a first single, showing like I experiment from time to time, and you know, it also leaves like space for growth, because I do think the W is better, so he put that out later and it was better and just ate it up. So yeah, at the end of the day, she's a builder. She likes to build up the other girls. Sickening. She did debut at 17, which was a little bit disrespectful just to me and my taste, but that's fine. Like we said, she's not for everybody. So
I definitely agree that his singles got better as it went.
Yeah. And that's just how it is. All right, let's go to Cherry now. Bring them to your deck.
Because I have several things to say.
Let's just get into it.
Like, she's so relatable. It's definitely a great topic discussed in a way that, like, just strikes a chord with anyone who's listening to it, especially if you're, like, post-relationship or getting over someone, you know? And, like, I just think it was so intimate for him to acknowledge the part where it's like how selfish it is to wish that like the person that he loved was as unhappy as he was.
Exactly.
You know?
Exactly.
And it's just like a really important sentiment of like talking about what you gained from each other after you break up.
Exactly.
You know, and, like what lingers, like the longing, the insecurity that comes with like seeing you be replaced by someone who's potentially better for the person that you think like you're the perfect fit for.
Yeah, and he's like, he's hitting that plead still, where he's like, girl, don't call him baby. Like, I know that's your baby, but you better not call him baby, because like, that's just too much for me right now. And I kind of love that, because I don't really be hearing, like, don't call him baby. That's more of a, like, little... I mean, I don't want to put labels to things, but that's more of an R&B type of line. And for him to bring that into that ho-hey section of music, that's kind of sickening, I must say.
Right.
I
definitely think that didn't he also say another song where it's like, don't call me baby, and it's also like, don't call him baby, like just stop it with the
like,
babies.
No more baby, like stop, like it's
you know what I mean? And
no,
I mean, it's true. It's definitely a bag song too. Like when you hear it, you definitely, you know, you're put in a place where it's like
you feel it.
Yeah, you can kind of just hear it in his voice. Like there's just like this. There's him singing, but then there's also like this emotion that's like just coming out of his vocals, where it's like begging almost, where it's like
right. I think the same, like it's very naked song, because it's really just guitar and him singing. You really just hear what he's saying. So at this point in the album, I'm starting to listen to the lyrics, and I'm like, okay, you're kind of getting into that. And then when he said, what did he say? He said, I noticed that there's a piece of you in how I dress. Take it as a compliment. I was like, hold on, because maybe he snapped a little bit. Because sometimes you be hanging out with somebody and then you start just taking fashion tips from them. Or unconsciously. Or even, like, that's just, like, a generalized thing. When you're around people, you start to sometimes act like them or take a line from them, you know. And that's just, like, a really sickening way to put that in a song and just be like, take it as a compliment, girl, like.
Exactly. And, like, even in a way where you don't have, like, you didn't have to be in a relationship to, like, be able to relate to being around someone so much that you just kind of pick up little things that they do and incorporate it into, like, how you move.
Sickening. You know? This song, I also like that it was simple. It wasn't trying to do that. Now, then we get to the voicemail. She was cute the first 5 plays, but now we have to skip her. It's too much.
Like, cuckoo. Like, all right.
Like, girl, cuckoo over there.
Right, like, and it's so loud, too. I'm trying to hear Harry play the guitar, and you're like, we went to the beach, Harry? Like, girl, I don't care. I don't care. Where you sleep? Like, all right.
Like, girl, hang it up. Hang up the phone. We're trying to record.
You see Harry on the other, like, on the couch somewhere, trying to play the guitar, and you're like, cuckoo.
Cuckoo.
Like,
Do it.
Enough.
What? I'm like, what? Hang up the phone. We in the studio.
Right, like,
we in the studio. And
I definitely think that the vocalizations and the instrumentals at the end, though, was just something where it's just like a moment you're supposed to feel, and without saying anything, he just like gives like a message where you're just like, yep, this shit hurt. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you're just like, you feel in that moment, like, what he was playing was like how he was feeling, and I was just like, that's some next level stuff.
No, I know it's also kind of like, I was just tearing up the voicemail right now, but it's also kind of crazy that he did that because, you know, I mean, even though I want voicemail in songs to end, like, I don't want that to keep going in music anymore, but I thought it was really like, oh, because he's kind of been private his entire career about every relationship he's been in. So for him to just kind of throw this in was kind of like, dang, we letting the girls in. We letting the girls in. So,
he's opening the gates.
Right. It was kind of like, oh, okay. But like I said, we need the voicemail trend to die. It's been 20 years, y'all. 20.
It's been 20 years. Like,
but at least it wasn't an interlude, so.
Give me your phone.
Give me the phone. Stop. First of all, stop calling each other. Stop leaving voicemails. Y'all don't FaceTime. Okay. Falling. Let's get to Falling.
Wow. What a girl.
Wow.
Like, so many thoughts. She's definitely a top tier for me.
Yeah.
I
don't even know where to begin.
This song, like, I don't even know how to, like, it just feels like a punch in the chest.
Like a 2
does.
point. Yeah.
Like, what if I'm someone you don't want around? What if I'm someone I don't want around?
Right.
Then what if I'm someone you won't talk about? Like, those are just they're simple sentences, but it's such a loaded thought, you know?
And it's thoughts that, like, you don't usually vocalize, so it's kind of like, whoa.
Like, it's definitely something that, like, you think to yourself when you're listening to your sad playlist, and
right.
you're like, oh my god, like, you know what I mean?
Right.
Like, when you're in, like, your breakdown mode, and you're being completely honest with yourself,
right.
especially, like, in this context where you're like, oh my god, like, I wasn't enough, I did something bad, like, you know what I mean?
This is anxiety in a song, but, like, it's oddly calming, so it's like,
yeah,
whoa.
And he, like, he sings about, like, the aspect of, like, being in a breakup that's, like, spiraling, because it literally, you can just see something that reminds you of, like, your partner or, like, your ex, and you're just like, and then suddenly you're on this train of, like,
you're
what
like,
if I'm down, what if I'm out, what if I'm someone I don't want around, like, I'm falling again, literally, like,
it's like an immediate spiral, yeah. And I also like that it's falling again, because it's like, yeah, we've been here a couple times.
It's a cycle, yeah.
Yeah, we love that.
You know? And it's like, if you're someone who has had to move on and deal with the pain, like, of, like, how easy it is to just, like, go down a rabbit hole of, like, what if I did this different? Or, like, memories, like, you know how, like, after something's passed, it's so much easier to be like, oh, maybe that wasn't so bad. Mm-hmm. You know, like, I just think he takes that experience and turns it into something that is just, like, it's painful, but it's also beautiful.
Right. And it's also okay to reflect on. So it's fine.
And, like, his vocal deliverance, like, again, with, like, the high emotion stuff, like, when he's literally yelling.
I think this was definitely, like a song he put out, like, what is it called? Self-therapy song. Because although we are getting all the things from this, it's still, like, really personal. And you can tell, like, this was for him mostly. But, like, we still living, and we still,
it's an intimate song.
Yeah.
And, like, even as, like, just, if you're a fan of Harry, like, you know, like, he can be, like, you kind of just get intimacy in, like, doses.
Exactly.
Like, he'll pick and choose what to share.
And it's sick name.
Yeah.
Here it says, Harry brings his agony to life in this heartbreaking ballad.
I mean, like, that's a little bit much, like, agony and stuff, but it's definitely true. Like, he's literally, like, yelling in the studio. Like, you can just definitely tell this was a song.
Right.
Where he was like, I don't know. When he said, like, I get the feeling you'll never need me again, I feel like
I was like, whoa.
That was just it. Yeah.
Taking it down. She's crazy. She's a crazy
She's definitely a crier, too. Like, when I hear it, you know, going through some things, you hear it, and you're just like, I know, I feel it. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Where you're just like, this is a song that you need to kind of, like, break yourself down. Like, a song that's necessary where it's like, you're thinking the same thing, but not so, like, it's like an outlet song.
Yeah,
you know?
but I wouldn't really play this that much when, because I don't know, like, I have a sad playlist. I don't know if I would put this on that.
I would put this on, like, a heartbreak playlist.
Right, exactly. This is, like, I get what he was trying to say with, or what he is saying with the, what if I'm not someone I want around, but it's still, like, very related to love, so I don't know if I would put it on a, like, self-reflection one, or more on, like, heartbreak, like you said. But she's cute still, she hitting.
Yeah, no, I definitely would I'm giving Falling all of her things, because it's a beautiful song. The production is great. The vocals are there. The delivery's there. Like, it's all there.
Also, can we appreciate how 2 sad songs back to back, but they sound completely different?
Completely different.
Lovely. Just lovely.
Yeah.
Okay, now we go to Be So Lonely. One of my personal favorites.
I love To Be So Lonely. I'm just saying. And it's like, it's a sad song in disguise, where, like, you hear it and you're like, you're bopping, and then you hear it, and you're like, why am I dancing to this?
Sometimes it's okay to dance to yourself, Rose, baby. And that's what he's showing us.
Yeah. It's like a little bit, like, a little back on our feet, post-breakup. Like, he's owning up. You just want to sing it. Like, it's so good.
I also like, I love first line, or, like, I usually judge a song kind of based off its first line. And when you hear that, like, little intro where it's, like, very banjo, but it's almost a little bit childish. And then he brings in that "Don't Blame Me for Falling, I Was Just a Little Boy." I'm like, wow, way to personify a beat, you know what I mean? And so that just takes a little bit of a level of mastery that he just has, you know? He has the caliber, and we love to see it. It's a little bit childish, but, like, because even when you're like, I'm so lonely, like, just feeling that is a little bit childish. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but I mean, so, like, he's also, like, cute. This is a key aspect of, like, when you break up with someone and you're in the phase where, like, yeah, like, but we can still be friends. It's
right.
My last note was just that he was a really good storyteller.
Like,
in each of his songs, like, especially in this one, he just definitely tells stories really well, where it's like, I'm communicating with my ex again, we're trying to be friends, I'm still jealous, like, I still want her to want me, she's with someone else, like, and all of this is, like, hidden very beautifully in a song.
Like, the versatility of, like, breakup love song is just amazing. Like, every song feels different.
The balance of, like, I'm a jealous ex, but I'm also, like, in, like, this beautiful type of love with you type, like, of thing.
I'm every
you know
type of guy, and I'm like, wow, versatility exists in men.
Got it.
What?
What is that? I feel a little bit different.
It's different. It's definitely different. Okay, now we get into She.
A slow rocker. You know how I feel about those.
See, this is where we're different.
Long.
This is where we're
6
different.
minutes long. I can't do shit for 6 minutes.
We're different. We're just both different.
It's a vibe. For sure.
You're insane. You're literally insane.
It is. I like it. I like the shit. You know what I mean? Like, it's pretty. It's pretty. It definitely is. And I like the there's, like, a couple of meanings behind it, which I think it's really awesome when a song can have versatility like that. Like, whether you view it as him, like, wanting to love some person that doesn't exist yet, like, he just wants that perfect person, or if you view it as, like, him feeling disconnected with his femininity, like, the range that the song has, lyrics alone, is insane. And then you get into, like, the range that the song has, period, where it's like, you listen to it, the bitch is 6 minutes, and there's a lot going on.
I think that is true. But I think you need the full 6 minutes to get into the vibe, because it's almost like kind of, I mean, he literally says this is, like, his dream person. And he doesn't know, like, where it's coming from. He's just like, okay, who the heck is this? And then you
definitely wanted, like, a Bohemian Rhapsody, a girl's generation, I got a boy, but, like, it's not it.
I feel it. I definitely feel it. And that guitar solo is definitely necessary, because you need to
the guitar solo is necessary,
You really need to breathe it in. You need to be like, wow.
I feel like this is a song that I would listen to in 2-minute intervals. Like, I'd be like, 2 minutes, okay, let me go get some water, let me go, okay, I'll come back another 2 minutes, you know, bathroom break, come back another 2 minutes.
You're just not a rock girl. You don't get it. You don't get
6 minutes of anything is too much.
You don't understand us. This is for us. This is for us.
Like, It's definitely a slow
Wick?
rocker.
Did you just say
I'm
Wick?
excited to hear it live.
I'm
excited to hear it live.
No, that's the thing. He doesn't even sing it in that key live, which kind of pisses me off. He also doesn't sing "Adore You" in that key, which is like, what are you doing? Just stop. Stop singing songs you can't sing. How about
Not quite sure if I stand behind that.
I don't like
We're going to need to Adore You in the key that she was made in.
We need that. And the okay, so it's supposed to be, I mean, it's hard to sing. You have to get up there. You have to be like, she lives it. But he's singing it down here. He's like, she lives it. That's not right. That's not right.
And, like, we always knew that Harry had,
let's say it.
Let's go back a little bit in the One Direction archives. When they gave him the high notes, it wasn't there.
It
God
wasn't.
You was not there. When Zayn left and somebody had to pick up where Zayn's high notes left off, it was not Harry. I don't know if you remember when Liam. He had to try and do it for like a night. And
it wasn't cute.
He couldn't. And then Liam picks up and he does it like really well. You know what I mean? Like he did not have that higher key. So it's like if you're gonna make a song,
stop making them that high, right?
Like if you're gonna have to sit there and be like she and take a break for 6 minutes,
take it.
You know what I mean?
It is another thing. Artists gotta pick. Are you gonna sing the ad libs or are you gonna sing the words? Because I'm tired.
Yeah.
Because I want the words. And they just live in an ad lib and they live in a run. You're not even gonna do the run because you can't sing.
Like actually, you know what I mean?
Yelling at the artist, like you can't even sing. Like
he can definitely do the "She Lives" and like "My Daydreams" line. He can definitely do that. I feel like it's when his voice gets up to that she ad lib. He's like, I can't do it, and I'm like,
let someone else do it.
Baby.
Literally,
don't. Like,
don't do it. Don't do it.
It's not that hard.
Now I'm mad though because now I'm like, dang, he really not gonna sing it like that.
Like I don't want to. First of all, this song, the way he sings it in the studio version is like
how it's meant to be sang. Exactly. That's the whole emotion.
So if I go live and you're like, she lives it, like I don't want it.
Right. Now I'm doing all the work. Now you're putting it on my shoulders.
You might as well put the "What Makes You Beautiful" rock version back in.
Dang, if we doing all that, you might as well. Shoot, we just want that on the set.
Can you please put that on the set list?
I mean, now that we're talking about it,
I think it was a pretty good remastering.
It's good. It's good. Now we go to Miss Sunflower. I call her Sunflower. I don't understand the volume 6. What the hell is that?
I read that it was something about like, it's the number of songs that he has associated with one particular ex. Like there's Sunflower Volume 6 is like the 6th song.
Dang, girl.
And like I think it has to be I think it has to be Miss Cuckoo. You know what I mean? Because yes, I think it's her. The line where he's like, "I'm well aware I write too many songs about you."
Oh yeah.
It's like, and this is the 6th one on an album of like what 12 songs. Okay, like
oh my god, and we're not even at the end yet.
Yeah, so
he definitely will hurt a little bit. Yeah. I don't even care. This is one of my favorite songs on the album. It's so happy and so cute, and I'm just like, ugh. And again, we're bringing it to dance hall. Like I know this song is about a white woman, but I don't care. Sometimes people dance to dance hall, and he just had to say it. And I was like, girl, okay, period. The one thing is that when I was playing this with my brother in the car, shout out Anthony, we both were like, oh my god, there's like a good part of it that sounds like a lot like a Queen song. And I like that. But I also feel like that can become a problem later. But again, I'm just thinking ahead of time. But I do like that because it's a little bit like a Queen song, but it's not like, oh my god, Queen tribute band. You know what I mean?
Right.
Different.
Like an homage type thing.
Yeah. But it's still cute. And English girls, they're not really over Queen anyway. So they need to get what they can from where they can.
Right.
And they're obviously eating it up because English loves this album. And probably this song. So
yeah,
I just love this song.
I mean, I like Sunflower. I think it takes a minute to pick up. So I was like, for a second, like when I first heard it, I was like, okay, like how are you gonna go from like She and like To Be So Lonely to like a song like this? But I think really it's more just like a simpler song.
Yes, that is true.
I like the refrain, like the melody in that is very pretty. And I think it's a cute way to talk about like romanticizing an old relationship, like the concept we were talking about earlier, when like you leave a relationship and like after a while you kind of forget why it went bad,
right?
So when you think back on it, you're like, oh,
this is
like,
where you go.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Like, Sunflower is talking about that. And I think that is, you know, like, once you know the meaning of the song, you kind of enjoy it a little bit more.
It's cute.
For sure. Yeah, she's cute.
I just also, because, like, the first time I heard it was kind of like, okay, why would you put this after She? Because I was, like, so lyrically invested in his pen, and then this song is not, like, complicated.
Yeah, it's very simple.
It's a simple girl. And I'm not gonna lie to you, when I heard the noises at the end, I was like, what is going on here today? But it's one of those Stockholm Syndrome songs. 4 plays in, you're like, let's start making noise. And you're like, bop, 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 bop.
Right, you're like,
you start cuckoo with him.
Right.
And it's fun. And you just have a good time.
Right.
And you just sing the simple lyrics and have a good time. So, and it's also going to be probably fun live. Because I'm act a fool when he starts doing little bird noises. All right. Canyon Moon. Let's talk about her.
And you know what? She's a good song. Y'all hate to hear it. She's a good song. If you were Walking in the Wind stan, if you were I Want to Write You a Song stan, you would know that it is a good song. The vocal escalation on that, I'm going home, I'm going, like,
that part is good. Yeah, that part is good.
You're not seeing it. Like, if you had friends and you were going on a freaking road trip and you were going to Nashville or you were just traveling, you would put on Miss Canyon Moon. Like,
I don't
you need
see
to
her.
put on Miss Canyon Moon and you need to go to your happy place.
I don't see it for her. I don't see it for her.
Right.
This is the thing. Walking in the Wind is good, and that song is better than this song. Don't even act. What you gonna say?
First of all,
it is crickets because you're not right.
In the first place, why am I gonna have the opinion in the first place? I said that they're like cousins,
and she's better than this. I don't really know what this is. Like, it's good, but I'm not replaying this one a lot, to be honest with you. Not much going on in these lyrics too. Very weird.
My God, maybe if you know what? I'm not even about to argue with y'all because
she's not even fun enough. She's not even fun enough for you to be like.
She's like Act My Age's Southern cousin.
And I like, don't need that.
Act My Age is like the Irish girl that like you never see unless someone is getting married or passed away. So then they come to America and you see each other, and that's what that is.
And nobody's playing Act My Age willingly, so...
Alright!
So they're not
Act
good.
My Age is a good song, too! You're so boring.
You don't have to say that. You don't have to say that no more. You don't have to say that no more.
I'm not free from these 1D chains. I don't know what you're talking about. These chains are forever,
this
okay?
This song is so boring, y'all. Like, come on.
It's not boring.
Let me read a lyric, okay?
No, don't do that. That's fine. You don't have to do
that. She said... Staring at the ceiling, 2 weeks and I'll be home. Staring at the ceiling?
It's literally a song about wanting to go home. Like, he just wants to go home.
He said watching the paint dry.
Because that's the whole point. He's trying to paint the picture of, like...
Girl, he didn't even say
I
that.
I want to be somewhere else.
He didn't even say watch the paint dry. I was just saying that to prove my point.
No, I'm saying, like, he said staying at the ceiling, like, 2 weeks and I'll be home. You know what I mean? Like, he's talking about touring and wanting to go home.
Boo, and nobody can relate to that.
Anybody who knows him
Girl, I don't care.
knows that his hometown is, like, bumfuck nowhere.
Don't nobody care.
Oh, my God.
This is the most unrelatable song. Like, I'm sorry, y'all. This song is boring.
No, it's not!
This song is really boring, yo. For real.
Oh, my God.
He said, wait, what did he say? He said, and I keep thinking...
Maybe if you watched the One Direction movie and you saw Holmes Chapel, you would know that he loves it
looked
there.
like a little country,
and
the country of London.
It's a town in the middle of nowhere with tall grass and ugly bridges and a bakery. Okay?
Yo,
like,
hey, wait, hold on. Speaking about that bakery, though, because I used to work at a bakery, too.
Speak on it. Speak your truth.
No, for real.
Speak your truth.
For real. Because when I quit that bakery, all I could say was I used to work at a bakery, and I would just be like, I'm really living, like, fulfilling my dreams. Fulfilling my dreams of what Harry used to say, that he, too, used to work at a bakery. Oh my god.
Yeah.
Girl, when I saw that, where he lives, it literally looks like Shrek Swamp. Like, I'm not even kidding. It looks exactly
Okay,
like Shrek
but like
Swamp.
when you're a pop star or a rock star,
Girl,
or
if
just
I live
a
in Shrek
celebrity and you
Swamp,
just want to go home
I'm not
to
writing no song about that.
your old boss, you need to, you know what, Harry Styles, like, dedicated fans, you know what's up on Miss Canyon Moon, and that's why you can appreciate, and that's why you can appreciate all she is.
He should have swapped this out for like a good pop girl, but we got this
Shut up!
instead.
Just shut up. Next song.
Play your banjo. Play your banjo.
No,
play your banjo.
to Baby Butt. Next song.
Ding, 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 ding,
Shut
ding,
up.
ding.
Next case. Next case.
Okay, treat me with kindness. She's a girl. She's a girl to me. But you can go.
Literally, my note. This is the only thing I wrote about this song. It gives me the same feeling that I felt when I was watching the Proud Family movie and it was Zoe's turn to dance when they were in that dance battle with the Peanuts.
Yes, literally. Oh
like, like that's what it felt like to listen to this song. We're like, all right, wait.
Oh my God.
Then you're like, hold on, let me just, hey. Like,
you're
like, okay. Like, right. You're like when like that one white kid, like, would be like, I know all the lyrics to Rap God, and then suddenly he was rapping, and all the black kids were like, whoa! Like that's what it felt like. You're just like, hold on, like a little bit of flavor.
When Adele was singing the monster verse, and everybody was like, oh my God!
Pull up in the automobile, like
everybody was like, wow, she can do it.
Yeah, I feel like that's definitely what this moment is giving me.
I think it definitely embodies that. It also has a little bit of a Queen moment with the little echo of the voices, and I like that. I like continuity.
Yeah.
And sometimes you just have to find a place to feel good. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's very like everybody grab a drink and we're just gonna just party, but not too much. We're gonna party about being kind. This is like a song you play at a charity event right at the end, like right before you finish making all that money. And
you're trying to get people out of the and you're like, yeah, let's dance out of here. Nice seeing you.
Let's go, you know. And you're like, you're tired, but you're still having a good time. I think this is gonna be really fun on tour too, because it's a little bit of a clown song. You gotta kind of put your clown shoes on to dance.
I feel like it's definitely just a song that you're just supposed to enjoy. Like, it's just a feel good song. Like, you're not supposed to take too much from it. You're not supposed to take nothing from it, but you're just supposed to just take it for what it is and just let yourself enjoy it.
At this point, though, when I'm listening to it the first time, not anymore because I like the song, but the first time when I was listening to it, I still liked it the first time, but I was like, okay, when are we going to get our next hit? Because it's been like 2 songs that I don't like. So, like, when are we going to get a hit? And that's what he does. That's when he gives you Miss Fine Line, and you just go off the deep end at this point.
Yeah.
He was kind of prepping us.
Fine Line, yeah.
I don't even know what to say about her.
I feel like
way too much.
It's a great song, period. But I definitely feel like to enjoy her to like its full capacity, you have to be in like a specific mood to hear it.
Mm-hmm. Like it's not a little bit.
Yeah, it's not a song that like you don't like not enjoy. It's just a song that like when you come back to it during like a specific time, you're like, oh yeah, this is it. But like I wouldn't just casually put on Fine Line.
No, I wouldn't. Unless I've heard it enough times to where I'm like, this is classic. But even then, I'm not playing the full song like that much. Mm-hmm. But it definitely gives me like, it has potential to be a classic because the chorus does hit.
Yeah.
And the instruments do hit. Like, I don't know. Well, we do know who his band is, but I don't care that much to look up their names and stuff. But their band is cute. Like, that band is doing what they need to do. Shout out to them because the music sound good. And, you know, obviously when the lyrics are deeper, you get deeper. But, like, I just can't tap into that every day. So that's where I haven't put her in classic mode yet. But she could be classic.
Yeah, and it's definitely, like, it's just a great epilogue for the album because it talks about the duality that we're seeing where it's like the Harry that is like a little bit more upbeat but like also has like this slower side, the contrast and like themes when he's like post X but like still wanting her, and then like post X and like not so much wanting her, kind of wanting to just like discover himself type of thing. Like he's literally talking about the fine line that he's walking while creating the album. And I think
why we just crack it open like that? Oh my god! Wait, because Genius needs to go to the side because we just really broke it. We broke it. I think I'm so sick.
I definitely think most people thought the same thing.
But they can't really, like, put it in words like this, though. They're not doing it like that.
They're not doing it like that.
I also like how, like, at the end, well, not at the end, but, like, towards the end of the chorus, you know, we'll be a fine line 50 million times. And then he'll hit you with the "we'll be all right." So it's like, oh, it's positive that we feel many things, you know?
Yeah, I think that was a really important line to include, like, just those two lines, period, where it's like, this is not the only time. Like, he's acknowledging this is not the only time I'm going to feel this way.
Right.
But every time I go through it, like, I'm going to be okay afterwards.
Exactly.
And that is, like, really good for anyone who's, like, listening to the album as, like, a coping mechanism or someone who, like, understands what he's talking about. He's like, when you have, like, someone that you love as, like, an artist, for them to be like, we'll be all right.
Sometimes you need to hear it. You need to hear it.
Yeah, sometimes you need to hear.
In their voice.
We'll be all right. And then, like, that's, like, the voice that you believe. And then you end up being all right. And then you revisit the album and you're like, wow, this is the album I was to get over this.
You know what? Like, in a couple years when I play this back, I'm going to be like, dang, we was really feeling stuff, huh? We got through it, though. We did. It's cute. Because, okay, when you actually break it down, like, I feel like out of all the songs, this is the most, like, dang song. Like, these lyrics kind of go too hard. Like, what'd he say? He said, girl, it's too much. Put a price on emotion. I'm looking for something to buy. That's the opening lyric, babes. The opening lyric. The opening one. Dang.
Yeah,
like,
he just didn't even prep us for that.
He was just like, dang. Because after treat people, like, with kindness, like, that's his little saying that he be saying all the time. You're like, okay, kumbaya. But then you play this and you're like, I wasn't even expecting that.
Right.
But it's like you're tapping into that feeling you already got into at the beginning of the album. So you're like, whoa, we're actually going full circle. This is kind of crazy. So, but I think it was a cute way to end it, you know, because at the end of the day, like what you said, showing both sides, and that's cute. And it did pick up at the end with that little like, faster tempo at the end. Okay. Overall, we don't do a rating system at track 2. What we do is a little bit of single music video delete, our little version of F, Marry, Kill. So we would like to ask you, Tip, what is your single music video delete of this album?
Okay. Single.
Okay, wait, let me explain it for the girls who don't know. Single would be the song that you want to be the next single. It can't already be a song that's already a single, so that's kind of sad, but it's fine. So this would be the 4th single.
4th single, I would say, oh my god. Okay, so it's a tie. I would say either She or Cherry for next single. And then...
You didn't even like She. So.
I know, but it would have made a good single.
It would have made a good single, yeah.
Music video, I would definitely want to see Another Time. Sorry, I'm like really indecisive. I'm so indecisive. I feel like it would be interesting to see a Falling music video.
Okay.
Like, yeah, no, I feel like that would be something where it's like just a song that is so explicitly like somber.
Right.
Being visualized. I feel like that would be really cool to see.
And if we really
then Kill?
Not Kill.
Is that what you said?
Delete. But yeah,
delete,
basically
whatever.
Kill.
No, I would have to say Golden has to go.
She gotta go today, though.
Yeah, she do.
I'm not even playing no games with her. So, basically the same for me. I would say single She. Music video, though, I would probably want a music video for She. Or... Okay, so I want a video for Treat People with Kindness just because of how ridiculous that video could be. You know? Because he's ridiculous. His personality is ridiculous. So I just wonder, like, how dumb can we make this, you know?
I feel like he would do another, like, what was it? Was it Kiwi's music video?
I was thinking about that, too, with all the kids throwing cake. But, like, how do we make that, but, like, make it different? That's why I'm like, okay, maybe not, because he already has a stupid video. So maybe She, to take it, like, a little emo. And delete Golden Girl. I don't even ever want to hear that song again. I'm sorry. So boring. Like, I literally hate that song. Kenya Moon, you can get into it slowly. I will admit. You can get into her. I'm not getting into Golden. You know? She can go. How sickening would it have been if he opened with Watermelon Sugar?
But Perfect album. Perfect album.
Delete Golden now. Actually, just replace it. Replace it with I don't even know, an intro to Watermelon Sugar.
Yeah.
Just a longer instrumental.
No, literally, if you would have thought, that would have been the perfect thing. That period, through, those 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 songs?
The first 7 are just
flow.
Flow.
Yeah, it's perfect. It's perfect. He did what he had to do when he put those in line together.
And then, before I finished with the tip, I asked a good friend of mine, Khalilah, who is one of the biggest Harry stans I've ever seen. She lives, eats, breathes Harry. So, I had to get her on here, and I asked her what song off the album she would recommend to the Obamas. And this is what she said.
So, the song I would recommend to the Obamas would be To Be So Lonely. This song is basically Harry addressing his ex, but he's admitting his wrongdoings in the relationship. And I think that's just very rare in songs about relationships, because usually the singer is listing all the bad things about their ex. But Harry's not doing that. In the pre-chorus, he sings a line that goes, "I'm just an arrogant son of a B-word who can't admit when he's sorry." And I just think the Obamas would really love this song, because even though it's not your typical super slow, sad song, the beat is pretty upbeat, but the lyrics are pretty vulnerable and sad. And then in the song, he references 2 other sad songs on the album. So it's basically 3 sad songs in one. Harry's mind. Basically, he references Cherry, which is another song about his ex. In Cherry, he says, "Don't you call him baby, don't you call him what you used to call me." But then in To Be So Lonely, he says, "Don't call me baby again." And then the second song he references is Falling, which happens to be the song right before To Be So Lonely in the track list. So in Falling, he's repeatedly saying, "I'm falling again, I'm falling." And then that song ends and To Be So Lonely starts, and it starts off with him saying, "Don't blame me for falling." So there's lots of connections to be made here. One final dot to connect is Harry once told a fan, he was like, and I quote, "Life's too short not to tell people how we feel. Being honest and vulnerable is what makes you feel human. And feeling human, the good and the bad, is what life is." And so in this song, for him to be so open and vulnerable about his wrongdoings, his mistakes, his faults, I think is just very admirable. And I think the Obamas would admire that as well. And they would admire Harry for even thinking of such a powerful song like this.
Okay, so that's all for today, guys. Thank you.
It was a blessing.
Oh my god, so crazy. This one's for the Directioners. This one's for the Harry stands. This one's for the Tip stands. And here's to a new season of Track 2. We're excited.
Period.
New things are coming, babes. Keep your eyes out.
Keep your eyes
Turn
out.
the lights
Follow
up.
Follow Track 2 on all social media. Yes.
Follow us mostly on Instagram. We're mostly on Instagram at the Track 2. That's 2 spelled out. And that's just good because honestly, some of the most elevated musical conversation that I've had in a while. So sickening.
That's nice considering we kind of beefed for 4 tracks in a row.
I know. But that just goes to show you can have different opinions but still be smart. This year, new season, new things. But that's later.
Track 2.
We building up. So it's
right.
All right.
Period.
But yes, love you very much.
Love you too.
And see y'all later, babs. Bye.
Bye.